Now, on the qualification side, people, a lot of times, like I have my friends, they say, "Oh, I want to buy a house. Oh, I like that house. Can we look at it? Can we look at it?" At what point should people not get with the real estate agent or not go to open house and look for a house? At what point they should talk to you or to a lender? After they find a house or before even they thinking to find a house?
What a great question. So I'm going to give you this as an example. Here you are looking at the home, let's say, of your dreams, and it's $300,000. And then you call Victor and say, "Hey, Victor, I want to buy this house for $300,000. I've looked at it. Victor, why don't you go show it to me as well again, because I want to take a look at it again." And then, only then, you call me. And then I say, "We can't go up to $300,000. So what did I just do? I just broke your heart. I don't want to do that. So I am your first stop. The mortgage lender is your first stop. Why? Because we've got to deal with this little bit of a detail called monthly mortgage payments, making sure you're approved. So when you do go and look at that property that you think might be the one, you know exactly or very close to the final number as to what your mortgage payment's going to be, how much money you're going to need to be prepared for to either bring or have in your bank account, and you'll be ready. Not only that, you can make an offer on the spot, because then you'll have a pre-approval letter on your hands, and so will your realtor. And what does that mean? If there's multiple offers on the table and here you are walking in and looking at that house, you can actually they'll look at your offer before anybody else's, because you're right there. And why do I say they're going to look at your offer over anybody else's? Because you're going to be fully committed. And what does that mean? You're fully underwritten. And what does that mean? That means you gave me all of your paperwork. We got your file through full underwriting review. So not only did I make a decision, my underwriter is a decision maker on a file. They made a decision on your file. They gave me a commitment letter, and you brought that commitment letter to the seller. What do you think the seller's going to do? He's going to look at a commitment letter first before they look at any pre-approval letters, because pre-approval letter is what a loan officer made the decision on. Commitment letter is what an underwriter made a decision on, and that is what we're going to issue you. So you might not even be the best offer. Who knows? But the seller is going to look at your offer and say, "I have a 99% chance guarantee of closing on this house because this buyer is fully through underwriting, and I'm not going to have any surprises." And that's a huge deal.
And we can even close faster than...
Much quicker. Because guess what? You've already done all the paperwork. You've already done the hard part.
I understand that sometimes when people lose the deal by not talking to you, a lot of times I understand that they could have prevented it. They could have not just been pre-approved, but also underwritten if they could be ready for it.
Right.
So how much time, if they're thinking to buy a house, how much time should they, like, let's say a year from now, or have 6 months, when should they get ready?
When should they start talking to me?
Yes.
Exactly. Got you. I would say if you're ready within like 4 to 6 months, especially if you think there might be some challenges on the credit, or you might want me to look at your income, whatever it is, maybe you are working down on paying off debt. Okay, I could tell you exactly which debts to pay off, or I could advise you as to what debts we think would be best for you to pay off in order to qualify now. But within 4 to 6 months is a good time frame to talk to us. Give us all of your documents so we can have you fully committed.
Yeah.
Even if you don't buy now, getting that commitment letter is going to be key, because you will know 99.9%. The reason why I say 99, because you can still quit your job, you can still spend all the money in the bank.
Mess it up.
We get all that. Life happens. You could have a medical emergency. I'm not just saying go out there and buy yourself a boat. No, things happen. So, but still getting that commitment, we'll know, okay, in the future, I can still do that if I don't buy 6 months.
Yeah. Basically, it's gonna give them more, not just more options, but maybe even better price range, do you think?
Absolutely. I mean, this is where we come in and we advise, as to what is going to be the best loan program for you. What's going to be the best option for you. You might think you have to put down 20% and you have been saving for 20%, or you're putting off buying a house because you think you have to have 20% and you don't. And that's where I come in and explain all these different options to you. And you could be buying much sooner than you think.
So the benefits of talking to you as a lender before realtor, they can be ready.
Yep.
They can save their time. They can save on the price range. They can save on the interest if they fix their credit
That's
on
right.
time.
Mhm.
So yeah, guys, if you need to talk to Ira.
Yeah, call me anytime, of course.
Another one. We kind of talked about it. Why the pre-approval process is important. Yeah. And we have to take it seriously. But what the pre-approval process takes, what it involves, and does it take a lot of
time, energy, and effort?
No. Does it take a lot of the personal information? How much personal you get with people on the information side?
It's kind of like this, okay? I went to DMV today, so I'm using the DMV example, all right? They needed everything from me. They needed down to my marriage certificate, and I've been married for... Is my husband watching this? I've been married since 2013. It is 2018. They still needed my marriage certificate, even though my driver's license had my new name. Everything had my new name. So where am I going with this? That's why you want to do this up front. Let's get all your documents up front. I'll tell you exactly what I'll need. And, and I'll usually would do that once I review your paper, like once I review your application. Once you take an application online, you're going to tell me how much money you make, if you have additional incomes, how much money you have in the bank, how many bank accounts you hold, things like that. And once I review it all, I can be like, all right, let me get this, and this from you, and we'll evaluate it and give you a decision in 6 hours. So if I get all of your paperwork, which is not a lot, you're talking pay stubs, W-2s, bank statements, ID, basic stuff here. I know I'm talking DMV. I feel like I had to bring him stuff I haven't pulled out of my safe for last 7-8 years. But here, just basics. Stuff that you can print, like I said, from your HR link, from your online banking site, upload right into our awesome online system. And that system tells my whole team that you've done it. And as soon as you do it, we submit your file for underwriting review. And it's 6 hours. That's pretty quick. I mean, you're not talking even days or a week, forget all that, 6 hours.
Awesome. They have to trust you basically with all the questions you ask, important stuff, because it is important. And not because Ira wants to take this information, but she wants to make sure you guys get it on time, you get it right.
And get it perfect.
Yes, and you're not getting surprises down the line.
Yeah. We don't work on surprises. We don't do 11-hour fire. I call them the 11th hour fire drills. Sometimes they're 12th hour fire drills. We don't do that here. So, privacy. Privacy is important. We ask for all this information. We also keep it confidential. I'm like your doctor's office. The listing agent, if you're putting an offer in, the listing agent calls me. All I can say is yes. I've looked at their stuff. Their stuff is at the underwriters now. They're meaning you're the buyer. If they ask me for your credit score, I cannot give them that. If they ask me what you got in the bank, I can't tell them any of that. All of this stays confidential only with me.
Awesome. So, guys, you can trust Ira. That's why I call her a trusted professional.
You're too kind. Thank you.
Now, another one. Can people be qualified for a mortgage with a visa? I have some friends. I'm from Europe, and a lot of my friends are from Europe as well.
Sure.
They want to come and they want to buy, or they are here already on some kind of visa. They want to buy, but they're not sure if they can.
Yeah.
They have business. They have some money. Maybe they different scenarios.
Sure.
They don't have a green card. Is there a program? Can they buy on a visa?
Absolutely. Great question. So I feel like we're visa experts at this point. I am also from Europe. I'm Russian. So we worked with a lot of Russian scientists back in Virginia. I'm relocating from Virginia to Tennessee. So here we have a bit large Europe community here as well. So there's different visa programs that allow you for different visas allow you for different programs. I know exactly which one goes with what. All you got to do is give me a call, and we'll look at that for you together. So there are definitely options. You just have to talk to me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. If people been told by the bank or another lender that they cannot be approved, do you think there are ways to get them approved so they can buy the house they want? They can spend this money that they want to buy this house, but somebody told them no already. Do you think you might have more options and might get them in the house?
Never take no for an answer, especially if you went, and this is where I'm not going to discuss what one company does better than another, but I just know because I worked at large banks, small banks, middle banks, credit, smaller credit union type banks, and I know all of us have different criteria. So a bank might tell you no because you have a 620 credit score, and we allow down to 580 on our FHA and VA loans, for example. Okay, so here you are thinking you're at 619 and they need a 620, and we can help you, right? So not only that, Victor, we can also rescore our clients and coach them. Not when I say coach, is advise on exactly what to do per our rescoring system on how to improve credit. So what that means is if you're at 570, for example, so you're so close to being on that line of approval, I can actually tell you based on our system, you got to pay down this card to this, you got to pay down this card to this, and I'll give you the exact dollar amount, like down to the last dollar, and then we rescore you and get you over that minimum to be able to be approved now. So not waiting, not being told no by somebody else. This is where, again, a lender who's an advisor comes into play, steps in, and really dives in deep into your financials and not just says no because they ain't got time for you. They got to move on to 50 other people. So we don't do that here. We want to make sure that you can buy a house today.
So you basically take it really personally, and
Yeah.
you pay attention. You take your
Yes.
time to research and help
You have
people.
to.
Help
Sure,
people.
absolutely.
That's true, because why I appreciate Ira, because she's really committed in helping other people, in helping, not just saying helping, but really takes her time for my clients, for even for me to talk and educate me, and I really
Sure.
really appreciate it.
I love it.
Yes, and that's why I think you guys have questions about lenders. Some answers you get here. If you didn't get the answer on your questions, talk to Ira.
Just call me.
Yes. So basically, they can avoid, if they've been told no, and they got into that waiting price
Or got
and
discouraged.
keep renting.
and keep
Got
renting.
discouraged. Yeah, you guys don't lose your hope. Talk
No.
to Ira.
Don't lose hope. Call me
Yes.
today, of course. Yeah, because there's so many options.
Yes, a lot of options, and I appreciate your
Yes.
professionalism on this.